Wondering if now is the right time to bring in a fractional CMO for your company? Let's explore some indicators that signal when your business could really benefit from expert marketing leadership. Hi, I'm Michael Pacheco, fractional CMO for health and health adjacent technology companies. And today we're talking about a decision for growing businesses, knowing when it's the right time for you to bring in a fractional CMO for your company. So, as your company evolves, so do your marketing needs. So do your needs across the board, but for the sake of this discussion, I'm talking about marketing. There are specific growth phases and strategic moments where bringing in a fractional CMO can make a significant impact. And of course, there are other times where it won't. So let's discuss how to identify those moments and what signs you can keep an eye out for that may suggest it's time to look for outside marketing leadership. So I've got 3 bullet points here that I want to talk about. Number 1 is startup to early growth stages. In the startup phase, your focus is typically on product development, MVPs, market entry, that sort of thing. Marketing efforts might be basic. They might be handled by a small in-house team. They might be handled by you, the CEO or founder. However, as you move into early growth, your need for something more structured or something more intentional in the realm of strategic marketing increases. Your need for that increases. This is often the first phase where companies consider bringing in a marketing director or maybe even going and hiring a marketing technician or something like that. Depending on what level your company is at, it may be time to also consider bringing in a fractional CMO, someone who can take care of marketing leadership. If you've already got a small team, or if you've got even a VA or two that you trust, that you believe have the ability to execute on plans, but you need some leadership in place to come up with plans, to lead that, to help make sure everybody's rowing in the same direction. For someone to just take over that department and report to you, the founder or CEO or president, once a week to keep you up to date with where things are at. That might be a good time to consider bringing in a fractional CMO. Number 2, scaling and expansion. During the scaling phase, your business is expanding its market presence, potentially entering new markets, potentially launching additional products. At this stage, the complexity of your marketing operations certainly increases. The demands on your in-house team can be overwhelming as you're growing and scaling quickly. A fractional CMO at a stage like this can really come in and help navigate some of that complexity, help organize the team, help solidify the team, help make sure that the marketing team is talking to the sales team and that there aren't silos there, right? And make sure everybody's talking together, data is being shared, and that an intentional marketing strategy is being acted on and executed upon. You want to ensure that those marketing efforts, you want to ensure that everything is aligned, and you want to make sure that it's all done in the name of business goals, and you're not just marketing for the sake of marketing. You're not just throwing spaghetti at a wall to see what works. You want to be working toward a business goal and scaling that efficiently. Number 3 is going to be strategic inflection points. So strategic inflection points are really basically critical moments in your business's journey. Think about major product launches. Think about entering new markets, maybe a pivot in your business strategy. These moments require fresh perspective. They require expert guidance to really steer your marketing in the right direction. Again, in alignment with a business goal. We're never marketing for the sake of marketing. We're never just throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what works. We're really doing this with purpose and with intention. So you want to make the most of those opportunities and avoid common pitfalls. And in situations like that, it can be a very good idea to consider bringing in a fractional CMO for that expert marketing leadership, strategic leadership, that sort of thing. So let's talk about specific signs and symptoms. We just discussed understanding the business growth phases. Now let's talk about specific indicators, signs and symptoms. Number 1, your in-house resources are stretched thin. So if your in-house marketing team, whether your team is one VA, whether your team is you, if you don't have a CMO, you are the CMO. If your marketing team is you, VA, if you have a proper marketing team, if they're consistently overwhelmed, if they're consistently struggling to meet goals that are set, if they're consistently struggling to understand why it is they're doing what they're doing, you may not have a good strategy in place. It may be a sign that you need additional leadership specifically focused on that team. And a fractional CMO can can provide that strategic oversight, the guidance to help the marketing team focus on what's most important. Number two is just general lack of a cohesive marketing strategy. So if your marketing efforts are feeling disjointed or perhaps they're feeling reactive, without a cohesive strategy, you're likely missing out on opportunities to grow your brand and reach new customers. A fractional CMO, of course, can help fix some of that. They can help develop a clear, data-driven strategy that aligns with business objectives and reduces silos in the company. So again, you've got your marketing team talking with the sales team, sharing data. Everybody is lifted up because a rising tide lifts all ships. Number three, stagnant growth or declining market share. So if your growth has plateaued or if you're losing market share, that can be a strong indicator that your marketing approach is not working. A fractional CMO or a marketing consultant, either way, you get a fresh set of eyes, a fresh pair of ears in to listen to what's going on, to understand what you've tried, what hasn't worked, what has worked, and revitalize those marketing efforts, identifying new opportunities, different ways to grow, help you regain momentum. So stagnant growth, declining market share, those are both great indicators that you could potentially use either a fractional CMO or even just a marketing consultant. Number four, preparing for major changes. So whether you're gearing up for a new product launch, whether you're expanding into new markets, whether you're planning a rebrand, these are all times when outside expertise, again, someone with a fresh pair of eyes, a fresh set of ears, it can be invaluable. Someone who is far enough away from the problem that they can see kind of everything, right? If you're too close to the problem, it's hard to tell the forest from the trees. One of my favorite sayings here is that you can't read the label from inside the bottle. So a fractional CMO here can really provide that strategic direction that you might need and ensure that those transitions are successful. In conclusion, the right time to bring in a fractional CMO really depends on your business. It depends on your growth phase. Depends on other specific needs, whether you're scaling, whether you're facing those strategic inflection points I talked about, or whether you're simply feeling like your in-house resources are stretched too thin or not rowing in the same direction. A fractional CMO can provide that leadership, the guidance, the strategic expertise to drive that marketing forward. So what I want you to do now is reflect on your current business phase. Are you in a growth phase where strategic marketing leadership could make a difference for your company? Are your in-house resources sufficient to meet your marketing needs? And what upcoming challenges or opportunities might benefit from outside expertise? Considering these questions is meant to shine a light on areas for opportunities, ways to improve, thinking about where your current marketing strategy or your marketing plans or your marketing department, what is it lacking and how can we fix that? How can we improve it? How can we optimize it? So if you guys are struggling with any of this, if you're struggling with knowing whether or not now is the right time to bring in a fractional CMO or perhaps a marketing consultant, I'm here to help. Reach out to me. Let's chat. I'll buy you 14 beers worth of my time at no cost to you. It's half an hour on Zoom. I have nothing to sell you. And my only goal here is to provide you with actionable value that you can apply directly to your business. You can get at me on LinkedIn or by reaching out to me directly on my website. That's michaelpacheco.co. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and let me know what was valuable for you in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you're listening to this as a podcast, please give us a review on whatever platform it is you're listening on. All of these things, it helps us help more businesses. It helps us reach more businesses. And that's really our big goal here, help more businesses in the world. So in the meantime, I want to thank you for doing what you're doing, for all the contributions that you make in the world. As ever, I'm Michael Pacheco. Until next time, cheers.